Okay, my name is Emmett Kiao. I'm a practitioner of Lapa'au. For me, healing has been in our family for 8 generations, and how this is passed on from generation to generation is the elders would take a look at the children that were growing up. And in Hawaiian culture, it is usually passed to the firstborn, but not necessarily is the firstborn receptive to the spiritual aspects of la'au or ho'oponopono or anything, or lomi lomi. Sometimes it is the second child in the family that is more receptive. When the elders begin to see which child is more receptive, then they start to groom them in the on-the-job training or the physical part of it, of gathering la'au, picking la'au, preparing la'au, and applying la'au to whatever illness they are treating at the time.
My name is Kanoi, and I work in the field of cardiac ultrasound. I have been doing this for 20 years. I have my own company. So what you're seeing here is your heart moving in your chest wall. And what you see moving right here is a valve and another valve. This is the main pumping chamber in the heart. I started out in education and as a PE teacher, and I had my mother and her 2 sisters were also PE teachers here in Hawaii. So I was always interested in that, and I went to school in Colorado and got a bachelor's degree. And I didn't like teaching PE in the school system. So I went to graduate school, and I was going to study exercise science, exercise physiology. I finished up my master's degree and tried to find work. I had a very difficult time finding work. So I always knew in the back of my mind if I wanted to go to school again, I would go for ultrasound or echocardiography. And finally I did, and most of the programs are run at the community college level, 2-year program, AA degree if you want. And so I took the classes, and I didn't do the full 2 years since I had so many other classes under my belt. I did a 1-year program and entered the field, and that was 20 years ago.
I was raised by my great-grandmother, and she knew Lomi, and that's who taught me my first exposure to Lomi Lomi. And I used to be, she used to work at Luna Little Homes, and she would tell me to go and take care of the elders and massage their feet and hands. That's all I did for forever. It's easy to do elders because they're very honest, and they'll tell you what hurts and what's not, and this would be better. So they're great teachers. And we all, at a younger age, I'm sure you remember that your father or mother wanted you to lomi their feet, walk on their back, things like that. Since then, I've had several teachers, really very God-sent teachers. Auntie Margaret Stahl, Sheila O'Malley, Ken Kamakea, who's passed on, Andrew Alva. Just blessed to be in the presence of Kupunaya. So when I do the lomi, it's all of them standing behind me, all of them coming through my hands, all of them being with me and helping me through the process. It's not me, I cannot take the credit. It's all the teachings that I've learned.
I had no idea what I was going to do when I was in high school. I envied those who knew from high school. They identified what they wanted to do and they had a plan. I didn't have a plan. I was very lucky to be surrounded by people that pushed me in the right direction. And these were people that were connected with the school. I had friends, and it was just the right group of people. So I was very lucky because I went to college, and I'm not sure that would have happened. It wasn't that I didn't get the support from my mom, who was a single parent, but she was a single parent. She was very busy, and I'm the eldest of, there's four girls. and I'm the eldest, and so my job is to help take care of my sisters. And beyond high school, there wasn't much discussion of that. It was survival. So I didn't really have a plan. I was very lucky to go to college. And then when I went to college, I was very lucky to qualify for monies that paid for college, because mom couldn't do it. Mom was working 2 jobs just to make ends meet. I actually did a major in nursing initially. I went into teaching. I thought teaching was my calling. And eventually I ended up working at Queens and doing some teaching there, and realized that this is where I belonged. I belonged at the bedside, helping patients. And that's where I realized, that stimulated my interest. So I went back to school and got a degree in nursing. If you're unsure what it is that you want to do, it's okay to not know. But you need to keep stepping forward and furthering your education, because you are going to find your path. You may not find it initially, just like me. I didn't find it initially. I thought I did, but I got steered into another direction, and once it became apparent to me, you know where you belong. If you know what your passion is, it's all about finding what your passion is. Once you identify it, you don't work a day in your life. That's what they say. You'll work hard, but that will stimulate you to come back again and again. So it's okay if you don't have a plan. Just keep going through the process. Go to school, get as much knowledge as you can, and one foot in front of the other, keep going.
Lapa'au basically, like all other spiritual gifts, is based upon service. Service of others, service of family.
I'm Julie Overdorf, and I've just gotten through my chemotherapy for breast cancer. I was introduced to Emmett here, and his Hawaiian herbal medicine, in addition to the treatment that I was going through, helped to get me where I am now.
This laukahi is also used for cancer. This is the same laukahi that you use when you have broken bones, that you mix with the hawi and kovale. This is probably the stronger out of both laukahis anyway. You can also use the leaf, the roots, and everything else.
And what I do is I carry my equipment into the Office of Physicians, and I do ultrasound testing of the heart, and I take pictures of the heart, do measurements, and then I give it to a cardiologist to be read. So I have a mobile business. I go to the Big Island with a small machine. It's about the size of a laptop computer, and that's something, our industry just keeps evolving and evolving. Miniaturization of the instrumentation is nice, that now you can take a 20-pound ultrasound machine versus a 400-pound ultrasound machine with you, and allows us to go out into areas that we couldn't access before. Just put it in a suitcase and wheel it into the office and reach the people who maybe couldn't get to a major metropolitan area to have their tests. Everywhere you see black, that's where the blood is. Everywhere you see white, those are the structures in the heart. Valves, walls, chambers, right side, left side, and the blood is circulating in here.
The first chemo treatment was a really strong medicine, and they told me what to expect, that I would have vomiting, nausea, and of course I would be tired, but that would be because the white and red blood cells were being killed. I didn't want to eat, but I knew I had to, and he gave me a more specific diet menu to go by than the medical doctors did.
In Lapa'au, there were 3 things that went when I study or when I treat people. One is the herbal side, the other side is lomi, and then the third side is diet. Yeah, you have to understand diet. When the Hawaiians prepared food, a lot of it was either taken from the ocean, or it was taken from the mountains, or it was picked from places they lived around.
I enjoy it. I enjoy helping people, especially when it's their body, they have some kind of sickness or something's ailing them, their back hurts, their stomach is sore, just to touch and work on their body to make them feel better. Lomi Lomi is using everything available that you can. I think you can use your hands, your fists, your fingers, your feet, implements such as sticks, rocks, anything to get the body to release the issues that they have, to release the hewa. And then you get specialized, what they call Lomi'a'e, which is walking on the back. Haha, which is to diagnose or to palpate and feel what's wrong. Haki iwi, to stretch and adjust the muscles so that there's a straight flow. Some people confuse it as chiropractic, but no, totally different. Many forms.
Well, my job as a nurse manager, I no longer take care of patients directly at the bedside. That's what I did initially when I started off in nursing. But now what I do is I help to advocate for my staff, because that's my way of advocating for the patient. As a nurse, that's one of the #1 roles we have as a nurse, is to advocate for our patients. So that's my contribution now. If I take care of my staff and give them the tools and the resources and everything they need to do the best that they can do for the patient, that's where I come in. That's what I do.
So that's pretty much it with that.
Okay, but everybody's okay with that trimmed down supplies, okay?
At the end of this 2 treatments, chemotherapy, they said the last MRI was taken and doctor said there was nothing there. There's nothing there to operate on. So there was no need for my surgery, which, wow, what a way to start the new year.
I guess part of the reason for me also to get into nursing was to help out the Hawaiian people. Because of our health rates of Hawaiians is so poor. We've got diabetes, hypertension. In my own family, there's all of that as well. And I wanted to be able to make an impact on it. So that's part of the reason that drove me into nursing. So if you want to make a difference, that's how you do it. You get involved. And that's what I decided to do. That's why I think almost everybody I come into contact with, the young ones, I encourage them to go into nursing. And if you don't want to go into nursing, that's okay, but where is it that you want to make a difference?
One of my goals or one of my dreams is to see that in every family there's a healer. Somebody is there to take care of you. That's one of the reasons why I started this nonprofit called Lapa'au. And basically, the mission is to perpetuate traditional Native Hawaiian arts. And the concept of giving back and teaching our children.
I tried to figure out why so many generations after us did not do this. Now I know why. Because it's hard for them to understand. And if what we know as elders, because now I am an elder, now I can explain to the next generation in their time, I can explain to them what they need to be looking for, what they need to try and understand. In the past, way back in the day when I was learning, they would not tell you this. It is something that has to grow within you. They did not tell you this because they wanted to see how you developed and where your heart lay. The most important part is where is your heart, not where is your mind, because this changes constantly, but the heart always stays the same. So what they're finding, what the elders are looking for is what is in here, not is but here.